Hello, guys. My name is Gaius Chibueze, and just a few minutes ago, Ada, who is a member of my team, someone who works with me in my company, asked me, "Boss, how can we get rich?" And this question triggered something in me I had discussed somewhere else. And today I'm going to be sharing three proven ways that people like us that were born into poor families can actually get rich. So, universally, there are three ways the ordinary person can get rich. And one of those ways is you are either born into wealth. So, when someone who is born into wealth, it means the family, somebody in the family, somebody in that person's lineage, like Donald Trump. The father of Donald Trump was rich. So, Donald Trump was born into wealth. And Donald Trump became rich and became president of America. And there is still a high percent chance that Donald Trump's son is going to also give birth to rich children. We have families that like the Rockefellers. We have families like the Rothschilds. We have a lot of families all over the world. Many of you that are Nigerians that are watching this, you know Dangote. Don't let anybody tell you any grass to grace story with Dangote. You know Otodola. Don't let anybody tell you any grass to grace story with them. Dangote's granddad, Dangote's grandfather, used to be one of the biggest dealer on groundnut. You know, Nigeria's economy was built on groundnut. So he used to be one of the biggest persons who was dealing on groundnut. So Dangote got a loan from that his grandfather. That loan in today's world, you must be rich to have that kind of amount of money to give to someone. And that's how Dangote started using that money. Over the time, he has grown and he has built his wealth. Otedola, the same thing. His father was former governor of Lagos State. You, me and you already know that if somebody who was a governor, the son already has access to a lot of connections. Let's not even talk about money. We know Nigerian politicians, they collect a lot of gratuity, but the son had access to connections that will definitely translate to cash. So that is the first universal way people get rich, which is number one, as I said, you are born into wealth like Donald Trump and some other people around the world. Sam Waltman, of uh, the founder of Walmart, he died and left money for his children. So if your father, your grandfather left money for you, that is the number one way. Number two way is you win a lottery. Let's say you take risk. Like myself, I count myself among people that won a lottery. Somehow I will explain to you how I won a lottery. I took a risk and then I won a lottery. In 2011, a guy on Facebook told me about Bitcoin and I bought Bitcoin. So after I bought that Bitcoin, I held on to it and I was working in the National Assembly Abuja as at then. I held on to that Bitcoin until 2013. I started buying more. In 2017, I made my first $1 million. When I made that first $1 million, I used that money to invest in a couple of other things that later worked out. So that was how I became rich. So there are only less than 1% chance of people who fall into this category. So people who got lucky, people who win lottery. Now, I will talk about the the third way people become rich. So people become rich by starting a business. You start a business small and you gain mastery of that business. Over time, that business keeps growing. You become better in that business. Your customers increase. Everything about that business starts making you money. Or you have a handwork, like you have a handwork. I know of somebody in the UK that was a plumber. So from that plumbing business, this person started investing in something else. And as he started investing in something else, he built like one of the biggest plumbing business in the UK. So you see, he made a business out of his handwork. Think about someone who owns a barbing salon in Lagos. He started with one barbing salon. And then inside that barbing salon, he can only cut one person hair per time. But he did something different. He bought four more seats. He bought four more seats, and then he hired new barbers and said, give me 50% of what you work, but work here for free. So that is how you use through your handwork and become rich. Before you know it, that person can have like 20 barbing salons in Lagos, in Miami, anywhere the person is. So that is the third way people become rich, is through business. Elon Musk started, even though Elon Musk was also born to rich parents. Elon Musk's mother was a model. She's still a model. Elon Musk's dad was someone who benefited from apartheid in South Africa. So you know how the benefit white people got before Nelson Mandela, the benefit white people were getting. So Elon Musk enjoyed that. But Elon Musk came to the US as a student, and then he started his first company, which was PayPal, which was, so from PayPal, after he sold it, he used that money to invest in other businesses, and today he's the richest person in the world. So in these three ways now, which is the one that a poor person, which is the way that an average poor person can use to become rich? Number one, if you're a poor person right now, that automatically means that you are not born into a rich family, just like myself. My father was poor. Until my father died, the highest money my father ever touched in his hand, unfortunately, it was when he was sick. The highest money my father ever touched in his hand at once, that was for him, was like $50,000 that I gave to him to take for his surgery in Turkey and other expenses. But myself, I have held $1 million and above that is my own in my hand. So if you were born poor, the only way you can get rich right now, especially if you cannot play lottery, if you're not fortunate to buy Bitcoin, if you're not fortunate to do any other thing that gives you money, the only way you can become rich as a person right now is to pick one skill. You can decide to say, okay, I want to become a forex trader. Many of you here know Jeffrey Forex and Habib Forex. Those guys picked forex and they started trading forex. And while trading that forex, they have now made a business of it. Now, when they now make so much money, even if they don't trade. Why? Because platforms now hire them as influencers to promote their platform, and they pay them millions. They get millions of naira as commissions. So pick one skill. You know myself, Bitcoin Chief. 2016, I started building this my Bitcoin Chief brand on Instagram. I changed my Instagram username to Bitcoin Chief. And over the years, I have made millions from people paying me to promote any crypto related product. As of today, I charge $10,000. So what you're going to do is pick a skill. You can become an influencer. We know influencers like Laura Ikeji. I personally started following Laura Ikeji from when she was just less than 10,000 followers. Laura Ikeji was going to people who were fashion designers, getting their clothes and wear, take pictures and post on her social media. Today, I think there was a time she owned one of the biggest boutiques in Lagos. So you need to find one thing. You need to find one thing and become an expert in that thing. So as I was talking to Ada, I told her that something. I said, it is to pick one skill. It is to pick one skill. Once you pick that one skill, become very, very good at it, that people will pay you. But now, the most important thing is, what is this skill that you are going to pick? This is where most people get it confused right now. I tell people, in a gold rush era, don't dig for gold, sell shovel. in a gold rush era, don't dig for gold. People are saying, oh, there is a lot of gold in this place. Guess what I will do as a smart person when I come to that place? I am not definitely going to dig for gold. I am going to sell shovel. And the reason is because when I dig for gold, the chances of me finding gold is 50-50. But guess what? Everybody who needs shovel to dig for gold, everybody needs shovel to dig for gold. So they cannot say, I want to go dig for gold without shovel. So in today's world, I tell people, you can become rich, but based on the industry that you are. I have always said something, and I've said this a whole lot of times. I said, I cannot start the business of selling provisions, no matter what anybody tells me. If I want to start a business now, I have 1 million, 100 million naira, I will not sell provisions. And the reason why I will not sell provisions is because it is low profit margin. So go into an industry where the profit margin is high. Go into an industry where people can make it easily. Then when you go into that industry, find a way to create different sources of income. I started by buying Bitcoin 2011. By 2013, I was working in the National Assembly Abuja. I was going from office to office talking to some of those senators, House of Reps, and their staffs about Bitcoin. If you work in the National Assembly, you know me. There are evidence here on this my page. I organized one of the biggest Bitcoin event in Abuja in 2015. So I started teaching other people. I came here on Instagram 2016. I started teaching other people. As I was teaching them, I was charging them. So I was making extra income from teaching. In fact, 1 year, 2018, I made more money from teaching than from trading Bitcoin. Why? Because price of Bitcoin was down that year, fell from $19,800 down to $3,000, and it stayed there. But guess what? I was helping new people to buy. And those people I helped to buy 2018, 2019, when the price rose from that $3,000 to $59,000 in 2021, they made money. Some of them became rich. What did I do again? People who pay me to learn, majority of them, they tell me when I send signals, they are sleeping. So I said, okay, how do I create a software that can be trading for them? I created a software that takes trade for them. And when they make profit, even when, excuse me, even when they are sleeping, as far as they make profit, I take commission from it. So go and become somebody in one particular niche. Find one thing and become very, very good in it. And then start diversifying, start looking for, and you don't have to diversify outside. One of the biggest mistakes I make and I regret in my life is trying to diversify outside of what gave me the money I had. So you don't necessarily need to diversify outside. You see, I bought Bitcoin, I became an investor. I started teaching others, I became someone selling information. Now I created a bot, I started building software, I became I'm a software marketer, because telling people I have built a software that can trade for you, then when they use it and they see results, automatically those people became part of people buying this software and using from me. So find one niche and become very, very good in it, and then find other revenue avenues from that same source. So this is the only way you can become rich as a poor person. Find one thing, become very, very good at it. People today want to pay B-Lot. People today want to pay very dark man to post about them because they found one thing and they became very good at it. Tunde Not became very, very good at blogging. Today, people pay him millions of naira to promote them. So find one niche, become the king in that niche, and you can now milk it out. And that is the only way. And this niche I'm talking about, it might be in influencing, it might be in you learning a skill, it might be in you I have two girls here on this Instagram that I really appreciate what they do. Ari Debbie and Raya. Many of you know Raya, the girl that had issues with NYC. You saw how she was able to build her brand off that controversy. I'm so proud of her because she's from my mother's state of Cross River. So I tell people, as a young man, as a young woman, find one niche and focus on it and build. So that's the only these three things I told you now are the only proven ways a poor person can become rich. But the last one is the only way. So you, if you are poor today, let your children not be poor tomorrow.